Yo yo yo, new day, new day. I feel hollow. I just got off Dark Souls. Get it? Because you can get hollowed in Dark Souls, and also I'm playing Hollow Knight. Anyhow, I'm like nearing the end game of Dark Souls 1. I'm pretty confident I am, at least, and I've just kind of been dicking around, you know, kind of figuring out where the hell do I need to go. So I've been searching around, fucking the Newlander ruins, just kind of because I didn't really know how to actually interact with the ghosts there until I randomly, I don't know, I wasn't really searching for it, but I just stumbled upon in one of the menus this transient curse, I'm pretty sure it's called, that lets you temporarily hit these ghosts. So I've been just kind of doing some exploration there, and figured out that this entire place, fucking Newlander ruins, they lead down to the Valley of the Drakes, which is really fucking cool. It is so cool. I don't know what I expected, but I just kind of expected like a huge boss fight, and at the end of that that huge gate. So I open up a huge gate because the entire ruins is flooded. Now the ruins are not flooded anymore, at least way less flooded, but basically there's nothing really in the ruins, the Newlander ruins. I talked to a guy who said something about the abyss. Deep down there is a boss fight, essentially. Is what he was yapping about, and I found a tower, kind of like a reverse tower that went way down. So went there. Stairs just stopped, so I went and jumped down because a lot of times in Dark Souls you just gotta take like a leap of faith. For example, in the entirety of the Tomb of the Giants is like just about having this leap of faith going on. I feel like I'm walking very slowly. I don't know if it's just because I got off this boss fight. Anyhow, I do not know what is going on. I try fucking around trying to figure out where is this, like, am I missing something? Especially because they're a sus-looking NPC that I kept alive for some reason. He can tell you, he can first of all sell you these transient curses, very poggers, but he also tells you he's like the guardian or the guard of the gate of Newlander ruins, something like that. But he tells you where the boss is, and he tells you something about traversing the abyss, which is like, yeah, okay, just a tough area or something. But no, I figure out after like giving up and not knowing where to look because I've looked everywhere in Newlander ruins. I end up looking it up, like where the fuck do these stairs go? Am I meant to like parkour down a very specific place in there? But no, it turns out it is actually like a boss area. The entire staircase is a boss area. Not saying the stairs are the boss, even though they totally could have been. I guess I failed twice. But essentially, what I died to is the abyss, which is I guess it's meant to say that you died to the abyss, but it's Dark Souls. It just says you died. Nothing new there. Just like every other death screen. So I had to actively look back and notice that the gate was not, you know, closing, opening. So to realize that this is actually a boss area, which I feel stupid for not noticing, but I also feel like it's a stupid thing that I need to notice that in order for it to tell me. I don't know, it's just everything I've seen is kind of, everything I looked up today has kind of just been, you know, yeah, I guess it makes sense, but I just think it's kind of stupid. But in essence, I needed to go talk to Andre, because he also had something, some lore, something interesting to tell about this this, what's he called, Orterius guy, who apparently is like a knight who traversed the abyss. I don't know, something like that. And he's apparently like lurking around the Deeproot Gardens, Darkroot Gardens. Basically a very early level place that I've already been, and I just kind of forgot that there was a gate there that I couldn't get into. So, you know, that's a whole thing. And apparently, just like by accident, I stumbled upon, just because I wanted to leave talking to Andre, I figured out I accidentally got into his shop and saw the same name, Artorias, says crest, which I immediately clocked as being like the key I needed to get into the place he was. But that motherfucker cost like 20,000 souls. Where do I get 20,000 souls easily? The answer is I don't. So I go over to the what's it called? Booty trapped. That is not the fucking word. What is it? The word? God damn it! I stumbled over the word booty. I am so sorry. My mind has been led astray. Booby trapped. Holy fuck! There we go. The booby trapped palace, which is not the thing it's called, but you know what I mean. The booby trapped palace where there is like a lot of annoying ass guards, but I'm high enough level now that I can basically like two-shot every one of them. Go over there and farm those guys like for, I want to say, like 10 minutes or so, which doesn't sound that bad, but it's just kind of boring to farm in order to progress. Like, at least to have some sort of, like, you know, I get a reward or something from a later boss that I can now use at this place instead of just, you know, buying it from a fucking random blacksmith that just happens to be in the area. I don't know, it feels kind of stupid. But I guess he does have lore to tell me. So, he's kinda connected. I don't know, I still think it's pretty stupid, but I can't really find any big flaws in the game design logic, other than my own biases. So, after buying this crest, after buying the Artorias crest, I go and unlock this place, this new place. Also, just like exploring the Darkroot Gardens and not really finding anything. I found the lake again, where the serpent lake was, the lake serpent was. I could go back and fight him, but I don't really see a reason to. I like that there is this just like menacing fucking titan of a, just like, you don't have to fight this boss at all. I don't think so, at least. I would like to not fight him, but maybe that's just because I'm traumatized by him. Down in like the Ashen Lake, I tried to fight the guy because I thought he was a boss you had to fight. I don't know why I thought that. There was no health bar or anything. He was just like another mob. But he's really cool. I like his existence in general, and I will keep him alive as long as I can. So, I found that place. I also found nearby an entrance to a tower that was kind of pretty well hidden from like everything. Where I found this fucking Havel guy. He's just a full decked out Havel armor and has a Havel ring also that I now have on. A big thing that has been troubling me throughout my playthrough is just I cannot carry enough weight, which is like, I don't know, not really a huge problem, But it is a pretty big problem when I have, like, I need to both up vitality and strength, and now endurance too. So it would have been awesome to find this way earlier on. But then again, I don't think I could have beaten the guy earlier on. So it's pretty cool just coming back to this place and just, like, fucking feeling like a god, owning everything. Absolutely everything. Pretty cool, pretty awesome. So now I can carry, I have, I think, 114 stamina. Really cool, really awesome. Ooh, yeah, that was my own fault. So that's really awesome. But the thing I want to get to is the boss fight in the Darkroot Gardens, past the Artorias Crest gate, where I find it's like a not that big an area, but the guys there do hit kind of hard. So didn't expect that. I expected this to be like yet another early game boss that I just missed. And I finally get to the boss fight, which I was not prepared to see this guy, but I've seen... This is probably the most I've known about Dark Souls 1 before I headed in. But I just kind of happily forgot about it. The Great Wolf Sif. God, that fight was... I don't even know how to say it. It was rough. Not because not because it was actually hard, but because, God, I did not want to kill him. He was just like, he was a little fucking puppy, like, protecting his probably owner's grave. And I have to kill him? Did I have to kill? Yeah, the story made me have to kill him just because I needed to walk the abyss. But he's just a not very hard boss that is just kind of, you know, a big dog swings sword in mouth. He's really fucking cool design, but also, God, when he starts fucking limping at the end of the fight, god damn it, I don't even know. I feel crushed. I am questioning all of my life choices. But I knew that this was gonna happen. I feel like it was gonna hit harder if I didn't know. Because I have seen clips of fucking Sif before, the Sif fight, like, limping at 1 HP. But still, God, I don't even know. I wish I had more lore about this fucking wolf guy. Just because I don't really know all that much. I know that, you know, probably this is the grave of Artorias. But I don't even know that much. I just, like, went into a grave and fucking killed a little dog. Like, am I just the bad guy, or is the game the bad guy for making this like a mandatory mission? This is like a... Unless the entire abyss is not required, then this boss is required to make, like, to complete the game. God, it fucks with me. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing today. Great fucking job. God, I both love and hate Dark Souls so much. But I guess now I can traverse the abyss, so now I can go down and beat the mysterious boss, who I think is Four Kings. I don't know. I've seen that. I've quickly seen that that word in relation to the New Lando Ruins boss. I think so. Maybe there's at least a boss called Four Kings. But I don't really know where the problem is, I didn't really know what the shtick was with the four Lord vessel, or the vessel, the souls. The four main bosses you have to beat. Like, who are they? Because I think I've beaten 3 of them, and I only need 1 more, who is probably 4 kings. And then I probably will be able to defeat the final boss, who I'm expecting to be behind the big gate, you know, under Firelink Shrine. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how long this game is. It's longer than I expected already. I'm 50 hours into this game. And I am still going strong. But I finally have what I think is like an endpoint to the game. Because I've already beaten the fucking, what's it called? Nido, Gravelord Nido. I've beaten the bed chamber guy. I don't even know. The guy, that was a really goofy boss. Where was he even? Down below the demon. What's it called? Isolith or something? Down in that area, the lava area. Where, by the way, that is the last time I've seen Solaire. Also, am I gonna see him again? Hopefully. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's actually like the plot lines in Elden Ring. I've only played Elden Ring as like a Souls-like game before. So I don't know if there are actual plot lines or if it's just this guy has beef with this guy, so he helps you with this one singular boss, and then that's over. Because he did help me. Solaire did help me with some sort of lava serpent. That was kind of just a, I don't know, kind of a mediocre boss, I gotta be honest. But I found it pretty cool that you get a reward that is basically just walking on lava without really any repercussions. That was pretty cool. But I've beaten the boss past that, who felt like very similar to Gravelord Nido, because essentially what I think is that you have all these bosses who have their own little area, and then basically it's just like a the ending of that area. There's no like looping around or anything. I don't know how else to explain that. They have a boss arena, and they have, after you beat the boss, there is like a fireplace. A fireplace appears, and that is it. That is all there is to it. God, I am getting my ass handed to me by Marmu of all people. So I'm pretty sure the bed chamber guy that I don't know the name of was one of the souls that I needed, one of the 4 souls. The 3rd soul, other than Gravelord Nido, also is Seath the Scaleless, who I could probably also talk about because I don't think I talked about him. Seath the Scaleless was interesting, to say the least. He's actually a pretty good boss, I will say. As long as you respect him, and as long as you don't do anything really stupid. He's a fairly easy boss, but he just kind of hits really hard. Especially his tail. I don't know. His entire fight just kind of made sense for me, at least. I really liked his fight. I really liked the Duke's archives, even though they were kind of, you know, goofy enemies. But I like the area in general. I just like knowledge-seeking based fucking enemies, who I feel like Seath the Scaleless was, because he's apparently just kind of been holed up in his little fortress here, in his little archives, just kind of going mad, is apparently what I've been told, at least. So he is big scary dragon, right? He has he has this thing behind him, this kind of crystal-like thing behind him, that basically makes it so that he can actually be hit, which I think I might be misremembering or something, but I hope I'm not, because it feels really cool to notice these sorts of things. I think that is like a nod to him, or like a tie back to him seeking immortality, which is something I've also been told by an NPC somewhere. So technically he did achieve immortality, but he had this one fucking kryptonite being unfortunately in his boss area, in his boss arena, this like one crystal that was like holding together his immortality basically. But I feel like it's really cool when you like pay attention. I don't pay like every single attention to these things, as you can see with like a Artorias and something like that, but when you do pay attention to all these little details and figure out that, yeah, this fucking guy, he did achieve his goal, but he still lost to me because I am fucking, I am the main character. That's pretty cool, that's pretty awesome. The boss fight itself, I had a bit of a struggle finding out like how do I actually beat this fucker, until I realized his AoE attack is not as devastating as I thought. Because I don't know what happened, but the first couple of times around, I just kinda I tried to avoid him. I tried to avoid him by just running away. By my finger. By just running away, and that did not work for some reason. So I ended up like leeching onto the thing that was actually helping me and making me survive his AoE attacks, which was running behind him. Which feels really stupid in hindsight, but it worked. It worked when I tried it. And seeing as how the other thing didn't work when I tried that, obviously I'm gonna come to the conclusion that this is the only thing that is gonna help me here. This is the only way to survive, is by running behind him. But running behind him also made, you know, the unfortunate fate. Made the unfortunate fate? It sealed my fate as being completely blasted, being absolutely hammered up and down, black and blue, by his tail whips, which is probably the hardest hitting attack he has, I think. Pretty unfortunate, but that was the gamble I had to take, so I thought it was a pretty ass boss fight until I at some point misread his movements and just thought, oh well, I guess I don't have time to run, you know, behind him, so I just run forward and hope that I don't take that much damage, and I ended up taking no damage at all. So actually the fight was just like a lot easier than I thought it was, which is really goofy. But once I figured that out, the boss was actually pretty fun, just kinda, you know, reading his movements like a mouse, and you know, just running back and forth, trying to avoid his curse attack. I did get cursed one time in my like experimental phase, trying to figure out how is the what's the best way to beat this boss. One of my genius moves was to just like stand in his way the entire time, in front of him, just unfazingly hit him over and over again. But lo and behold, that did not work. I died. I died from the curse, which is undeniably the worst way to die, because that basically, you have to go and find either somebody who can uncurse you, who is apparently the guy in New Lando Ruins, who I haven't talked to at that point, or you get a purging stone that you can, I think, only buy from like 2 people or something. One of them being a gal I recently met, the undead female merchant. So all good, but it's still like a, it just like on top of it being like a pretty pretty mid boss run, like run back. Like you have to go down the place. Go down to the palace garden, I think so, and then down in like a crystal cave. That is also, by the way, like has these fucking just like invisible walkways, which I find pretty stupid. But I guess it works. It works most of the time. There's also these fucking stupid ass clams like outside his boss room, who's like a 50-50 chance of beating him, of hitting you on the way there, just because there are so many of them. It's kind of ass, but it is what it is. It is what it is, you know. I'm trying so hard to, especially with this guy, do the Cyclone Slash, just because oh god damn it! I saw the speedrun guy do it, so I am copying everything the speedrun guy does. Of course, with my own little flares, because I still have to have a reason to lose here. Let's go! Holy W! All right. So yeah, that is where I am currently. Hopefully only having 2 bosses left, but I'm kind of scared because my roommate said that there is apparently a whole other world of some sort of painting world that I know nothing about and have heard nothing about. So I'm afraid that it is gonna be just another like 20 hours on top of the shit that we already have gone through. Because I gotta be honest, I'm kind of the only thing that's keeping me running is like the light at the end of the tunnel. Because I'm not feeling like Dark Souls right now particularly. I'm not running off the exploring a Dark Souls world that I normally would be and do like to do. But I don't know. I also just wanna have this perfect like transition from completing like finishing Elden Ring or fucking finishing Dark Souls to then having Silksong come out, which is in like 2 days. Crazy. So that would be kind of cool, having like the perfect transition. I just finished Dark Souls 1, going on to you know, my monkey brain would be very satisfied. But I also don't think, I don't know, I've heard rumors that there is some sort of like DLC content to the I don't know if it is the place, I don't know if it is the paint world, I don't fucking know. I've heard like a lot of different things from Dark Souls 1, or at least Dark Souls, but I don't know if it's from Dark Souls 1 or not, which is kind of scaring me for some reason. Like, I don't know what to expect, because there's just so much that I haven't seen. Like, you know, I have seen in like just like YouTube videos and stuff like that, but that I haven't seen in the game here, which is really goofy. I should not be Cyclone Slashing these guys, probably. They move around too much. I could of course do it anyway. Anyway, how far we reckon I'll get today? Are we actually gonna get to Sly? Are we gonna get past Sly is the question? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna fumble at Who am I fumbling at? I probably do just fumble at fucking Sly. Yeah, that is my prediction. I've kind of given up like everything that has to do with actually finishing this challenge. Just because it's fucking Silksong is 2 days away. What am I supposed to do? Just like cheat? God, am I gonna fumble here? Damn. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Yeah, I'm gonna fumble here. I'm so cooked. If I'm not cooked here, I'm cooked at the next one. Just because I don't fucking I don't really know how to heal against the fucking the what's it called? Umu? Umu. I was about to call him Flukmarm. What do you mean? What do you mean? I had soul to fucking dive. This sucks. Oh my Christ. Well, that was disappointing as always. Oof. I guess I made it like decently far, but I died in a really shitty way. This is gonna haunt me for the end of days. Oh well, I'm gonna I guess hop back onto Dark Souls, play some gaming some more. Goodbye, gang.